What is up, guys? In today's video, I'm going to be going over everything you need to know about Fortnite Chapter 4 Season 4. As always, if you guys do find this video helpful, informative, remember to give it a like, subscribe if you'd like to see more, and comment down below what you think of this season. And if there's anything I missed, comment that as well. I'm sure there are things because there's so much in this season. Try to focus on like the things you need to know, you know? I really like this season. I think of recent seasons, this is probably the one I've enjoyed most day one. So we got 3 new POIs. Eclipsed Estate replaces Citadel. Relentless Retreat is in the bottom left corner of the map where like those outskirts farms were, and then like that coastline. And then Sanguine Suites replaced Lonely Labs. Each of these POIs has a vault and henchmen guarding them, and these will be aggro to you by default. It's not like high card last season where you had to shoot at them to make them attack you. They are aggressive the moment you're in their line of sight. There's also cameras here and turrets. You want to take out those cameras if they're looking at you because they can mark you to other players if you let it look at you for long enough. Similar to, you know, how when you capture a POI and it marks people, you'll be marked to everybody like that if you stay next to the camera for too long. So you don't want that. And these POIs each do have a mythic vault at the bottom. If you're able to, you know, get down there, eliminate the reskin of high card and get the key card and open the vault, you'll have a choice of a mythic item, which we'll get to later on in the video. As far as new weapons go, we got the twin mag assault rifle. This is somewhat of like, it's more similar to the Red Eye, I think, than the MK. It has like a slower fire rate and high damage. It's suppressed, and it has the twin mag effect where it reloads fast every other reload, but it has a small magazine. And one interesting thing about this weapon is that you can actually force it to reload when you're on the second mag. If you just hit the reload button, you don't have to like waste off ammo to make it reload anymore. It's also the scoped burst SMG. I didn't use this very much, but a lot of people were saying it was good. I feel like I just didn't use enough of it to really formulate an opinion on it. We got the infiltrator pump shotgun, which is an interesting weapon. It's much lower damage than a regular pump, or than what you would expect out of a pump. I think the mythic one has like 170 max damage, but it also has a much higher fire rate. It has like a 1.2 fire rate, whereas like the Maven, I believe, has a 1.5. So it's like, it's kind of a weird middle ground between a pump and a higher fire rate shotgun. The Crash Pad Junior, which is like a smaller version of a Crash Pad. This is a mobility item. And if you have this in your inventory, you don't even need to select it to use it. If you just hit your jump button while you're in air, you'll deploy one of these, and you can use these to get around the map and also avoid fall damage. There's the Business Turret, which is a briefcase that you throw down that deploys a turret. This is not very good. It's more of just like an inconvenience than anything else, in my opinion. And there's also the Rocket Ram, which is kind of a pseudo mobility melee weapon hybrid, similar to what we've kind of had in the past with the katana or the shockwave hammer. I think it's much worse than what we had with the katana or shockwave hammer. If you just want to get around the map, it's good, but as far as like using it in a fight, I didn't like it as much. And when people used it against me, I was typically able to shoot them because like the gliding time after using it is quite slow. The suppressed pistol is now fully automatic, and it was unvaulted along with C4. The suppressed sniper, which is able to one-hit and does have sniper glint, and the Maven auto shotgun was also unvaulted. This update vaulted the Havoc pump, the explosive repeater rifle, the lever action shotgun, the drum shotgun, the flapjack AR, the MK Alpha, the regular SMG, the mammoth pistol, the tac pistol, grenades, wasps, the kinetic boomerang, the cloak gauntlets, and the thermal flopper. So a lot of things were vaulted, and a lot of shotguns were vaulted in this update. We also did get a lot of mythics this season. They unvaulted the Midas drum gun, the TNTina's kaboom bow, Ocean's bottomless chug jug, Kit's shockwave launcher, the charge shotgun, Zig and Choppy's ray gun, and the Foundation's mythic MK7 and the Gunner's Stinger SMG. And these are the ones that you'll be able to get in the vaults, but there's also a mythic Havoc AR and I think a mythic Burst SMG, which you can get from eliminating the bosses outside the new vault locations where you get the key card to end up opening the vault, or I guess like the room before the vault is where you'll find them. And then also there is a mythic infiltrator pump shotgun, which you get for capturing the flag on island. As far as like the long list of mythics, I listed out the Midas drum gun, the boom bow, the chug jug, the shockwave launcher and charge shotgun, the ray gun, the MK7 and Stinger SMG. These are the ones that you get out of the vaults in the new locations. And so you have to fight your way down there, make it to the vault room. And then when you get in the vault, there's several weapons inside of like display cases, and then you basically get to choose one of these, and then when you do that, it triggers the other ones to like shut down, and a bunch of guards kind of go on high alert and rush towards the vault. Like it spawns more guards to rush you. every time I opened the vault, I just grabbed the gun and left. And there is rifts at each of these POIs that you'll be able to use to like get away after you trigger, you know, the lockdown. I'm not sure exactly at this point if each vault has the same 4 options every time, or if it's just like random in every match what you're going to be able to get out of every vault. I just haven't gone to each vault location and gotten in like several times like that to really know for sure, like, okay, you can always get the drum gun here, you can always get the foundations MK here. It seems like there is some overlap because I got the foundations MK from every vault, I think, at this point. So like, it's not like certain weapons are exclusive to certain vaults, but they might be. At this point, I'm kind of leading on like it's likely just like you get a selection of 4 random mythics every time you open the vault, and then you kind of take what you can get from there. But that is something that definitely we'll know more about as time goes on, and we're able to play more with the game and open up the vaults, you know, several times each and really see like if it's random or if it's like the same exact ones every time. As far as which of these mythics are good, you know, they're all solid, but I think the best ones, since you can only choose one, are going to be the Foundations Mythic MK7. I think the Drum Gun and Stinger SMG are both solid, but I haven't really used them both enough to really know. The Shockwave Launcher is really good. This is a grenade launcher which holds shockwaves, has 6 in the mag, and then you also have 12 rockets like extra, so you can essentially have like 18 shockwaves. It's pretty crazy. And then I think the charge shotgun could also be really good for making shockwave plays in zero build, because you can shockwave and then charge it while you're in the air and then land on somebody and hit that like hard shot. So I haven't really used the charge shotgun much, never really been a fan of it, but I could see it kind of being good in that sort of playstyle, especially with like the current shotgun loot pool that we have. And so that's what I think of the mythics. I wouldn't really recommend getting the ray gun or the chug jug, and I honestly haven't seen the boom bow or ran into anybody using it, so I don't really know how it plays in this season. As of this point in time, I'm not really sure which shotgun I like best. I think every game I won today, I was using the infiltrator pump, but like I said earlier in the video, it doesn't have the best damage. It tends to hit lower than what you would expect from a pump, and the sharp tooth shotgun is still in the game along with the Maven shotgun, so I'm not really sure. I think it'll take a while before I really know which shotgun I like, but I do think the Sharp Tooth is much better in this meta than what it was last season, because it's like the harder hitting shotgun, but it also has the range. So I may end up preferring the Sharp Tooth shotgun, but I do think the Infiltrator Pump is just more convenient to use. It's a solid weapon and it has a solid fire rate. And then the Maven shotgun is the Maven shotgun. The Infiltrator pump is kind of like a middle ground between a pump and a spammy shotgun, I feel like. Shockwave spawn rate also seems much higher this season, but there's also a new augment called On The Go Bag, which spawns you a mobility item. It can spawn you either slap splashes, the crash pads, or shockwaves. It spawns you 4, I think, of each, whichever one it spawns you. And then every container you open from that point forward, I think, either has a chance to spawn a mobility item or spawns a mobility item. And this isn't just chests. This is chests, ammo boxes, coolers, those food baskets. Anything you open can spawn shockwaves at this point in time. So it gets pretty crazy. This is kind of similar to the, I think it was the Splash Surplus augment, I think is what it was called in Season 1, where every container you opened had potential for Chug Splash. This augment is very good, and it makes getting shockwaves not really much of a problem at all, because anything you open has a chance to give you them. It's not going to be shockwaves every time. Like I said, you can get Slap Splash or the crash pads out of it, but it's not like so bad, the shockwave spawn rate. You know, I was getting shockwaves pretty consistently out of this augment, so I would highly recommend taking this augment. But like I said, in general, it just seems like shockwaves are easier to get now. Also, the first shotgun augment is new, and this gives you bonus shotgun damage on your first shot. So this is similar to what the prime shotgun had in Chapter 3, but this doesn't boost your maximum damage. If you were going to hit for 170, like if you had a perfect shot with the new mythic pump, then you're still going to hit that much. But if you didn't have a perfect shot, then you would maybe like get more damage than you would have gotten, but the damage caps are still the same. Radio towers were added this season, and I think this is one of the most important things in the game right now. These spawn a little early into second zone, or like the radio towers themselves are there from the moment the game starts. You can just see the radio towers. It's a big like metal looking tower. But a little bit into second zone, like maybe 15 or 20 seconds in, there will be a boss that spawns with 2 guards, similar to like High Card last season. And when you eliminate him, he drops a key card. If you bring it to the radio tower, you get forecast for the rest of the game. So you will just always see the next zone ahead of time. And so this is very broken. If you want to get wins, I would highly recommend going for these radio towers. But the boss also drops a gold twin mag AR, which I think is the best AR in the game right now. They drop the slurp juice, which is, you know, the best healing item in the game, and you can't get the slurp juice out of the mythic vaults from what I've seen. And then also he drops a mobility item, either shockwaves or crash pads from what I've seen, but he maybe dropped slap splashes as well. Majority of the time I did this, I got shockwaves off the boss. So you get shockwaves, you get slurps, you get a gold AR, and you get to see where every zone is for the rest of the game. It's pretty crazy, and these henchmen and AI are much easier to kill than they were last season. They have like much less HP than in the past. This will be like a blue icon that appears on the map, like I said, a little early into second zone, but you can just see which metal towers are there in the match. It seems like not every tower spawns every game, but you could just see like when you're landing which tower spawned because the metal towers are there. And I would highly recommend going for these. Like I said, you can also still get slurp juice out of your combat cache or capturing the island. Seems like the combat cache gives a sharp tooth shotgun and an SMG every time from what I got it, but maybe that second slot alternates between an SMG or an AR, but it seemed like it was the sharp tooth shotgun every time out of the combat cache, corresponding rarity to what you got it at like before. And then just as like a final note, some notable NPCs. The Love Ranger is at Rumble Ruins, and he sells the exotic Maven shotgun for 400 gold. So you can land on this NPC and buy the heisted Maven shotgun, which if you guys have been playing a lot, you guys probably know this is one of the best shotguns in the game. It is a Maven shotgun, which gives you a bonus fire rate and bonus movement speed as you hit people with it. So it starts shooting incredibly fast towards the end of its magazine. And then Cabby Lame at the mid-map castle, where High Card used to spawn last season, sells shockwaves, I think, for 2 for 36 gold. So those are the 2 notable NPCs I know about at this time. I haven't been able to find every NPC and what they sell. I likely will make a video later on in the season, kind of what NPCs are good and worthwhile. But those are the 2 like biggest ones that I've heard about thus far. And that is going to be it for this video. I hope you guys found this helpful, informative, interesting. Let me know down in the comments below what you think of this season, what you enjoy using, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. Nice. Okay, I just hard focused that other guy because they seemed like a decent player, whereas this lady was just driving around in a car.